Sachin 49 is interesting. The sages hated. I don't know if it's fair to say that the sages hated banquets. It's an interesting move on Rambam's part. I don't know if they hate them. Maybe it could just be. This is an interesting interpretive move by Maimonides, just to say like we have better things to do with our lives. Maybe.
That's right. That's
Um,
right. Yeah.
at the same time, it is very possible that for Rambam, he wants to position this in such a fashion as to say they hated them.
He just doesn't want that to be what everything is about. Look at the next paragraph, right?
Oh
Drinking
my
is on.
gosh, this is juicy.
This is great, right? Parties for drinking intoxicated liquors should be more shameful to you than gathering naked and exposed to sit and shit in broad daylight. Yeah, right. This is great because defecation, you got to do it. But
Right.
drunkenness is a choice. So if you get drunk, like this was, you wanted to do, you didn't have to do it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, no,
right,
it's such an over the top comment. Parties for drinking intoxicated, drinks should be made more shameful than gathering naked, exposed.
right,
Like,
right. But
meanwhile,
what's
no, I mean, well, there are nudists who gather on a beach or whatever, but people usually get together for drinks. That seems, but it's so
right? But
fascinating that he
this,
finds it particularly shameful.
everybody's got to go to the bathroom, but if you drink,
For
hey
drinking
man,
parties, no
yeah,
one forces you to go to drinking
no one
parties.
forces you. No one forces, right? So to expose yourself, that's wrong, and how much more so if you really, you're polluting your body and mind and that effect. Now, what's going on here really, of course,
Yeah.
is that Rambam sees the connection to God. As I said in part one, right? He starts with all of those words, right? To hear, to see, to touch, and so on, right? All of those have a physical meaning, but they also have this intellectual meaning, right? And that is the way we connect to God through the intellectual, through the
Mm.
active intellect. And so if you're, clogging up that pipeline, as I said, right, and you're doing it intentionally, you didn't have to drink. No one made you drink. Well, that actually is a huge problem for Rambam,
Mm.
right? So it's actually much worse. Eating is
Yeah.
one thing, but eating might make you feel like a little sluggish, right?
Well, he does understand that there's a reason or a necessity for drinking, but it's the parties for drinking the intoxicating beverages. He says, okay,
Right,
I understand drinking
right.
as a individual, but gathering together for the purpose of drinking drinks, that's problematic.
Right. So
Yeah.
listen, I mean, it's one thing to make a toast, right?
Right.
Hey, congratulations on this or that moment, but it's another thing to, really be focused on, clouding your mind.